Once more, he offers you the shiny red apple. He holds the apple. The bloody-handed knight begins to laugh. Beneath the
You again? Hit or perhaps now. Come, you small, uninitiated creature. Do your duty and perform this service. Kill me! Kill me so I may know the truth. What? With that? Please, we are not slaughtering farm animals.
He reaches into his robes and pulls out a dagger. Its long, thin blade looks wickedly sharp. The necromancer grins as he hands it to you and pulls aside the cloth covering his heart.
Here, strike true, and let us see what awaits me.
He gasps in shock as the knife pushes.
The moment when soul and flesh parted, it was like my hair was being ripped from my scalp, like my skin was being flayed from my body all at once. I have never felt such horror. It was... exquisite. What? No. No, you can't. I am to be reborn. Get back. Get back, I come...
The spirit turns to run, but he's already yours.
No, you can't.
Show yourself!
Feed him death. A new world.
The dreamer remains focused on the Magister, and the dreamer remains serve the...
All that you desire shall be yours if you follow the God King.
The captain tries to...
Mistress Almira, how can I be of service? But I can't, Mistress Almira. We have orders. The temple has to stay submerged. As you wish, Mistress Almira. Move out.
A saltwater crocodile looks around, seemingly disoriented.
Where'd the water go? Why does my head hurt so much? The shore, yes.
The crocodile slumps down and closes its eyes. The crocodile remains slumped where you left him.
My...
If I'm to understand this correctly, it looks like this place gave the Black Ring a bloody nose. Best be careful ahead.
The spirit of a black ring, the faint sound of an arrow being loosed, echoes. The spirit of a black ring defiler.
Help! Somebody douse the flame! Douse the floor!
A spectral arrow suddenly lodges itself between his eyes with a hollow thwack.
Look out! See a trap. Careful now. That's the trap. What's this? I found something.
The altar sits before you, defiantly silent. You see the image of a sun crudely carved into the rock. The altar sits before you. The altar sits before you, defiantly. The altar sits before... An ancient-looking lever stands before you. It's still... Your closest scrutiny yields nothing further. The lever groans in protest, but cannot resist you. A deep rumble heralds the... before you is the spirit of a priest, an orc priest. He produces an ornate dagger and slices open the palm of his hand. Around him, a sound suddenly rises to a roar of rushing water.
Rogier, I am your servant to my last breath.
He daubs the altar with his spectral... The priest's spirit is... The spirit of another... She staggers back a few... The spirit of another orc stands...
Dogs, skulking vermin, cowards.
He hurls the warhammer away with a final yell, before turning to you with a deep scowl.
Godwoken, you're here. Did you kill the Black Ring runts who defiled Rogier's temple, who flooded this sacred temple, rather than test me in battle? Good. Heretics deserve only death. This temple was a fortress. My traps made it untouchable, unpassable. That weasel, that sad old man, he responded not with strength, but with soggy cowardice, and made me look the fool. Face me, you milk-livered mouse! The world grew too civilized for us. No plunder, no glory, nothing to make our hearts quicken. My people left you to your cities and farms and soft beds. They went far in search of a place where they could be alive. But I am a knight of Rogier. I stand vigil. I do not know what became of them.
The altar sits before you, defiantly silent. A flat circle of polished black obsidian. The mirror is pretty. It had magic once, but now it's a mirror and nothing more. The altar sits...
won't work. Blocked.
I need aid! Fading!
The doors loom above you, one step closer to the Council, one step closer to divinity. The others must surely be thinking the same. After all, only one of you can ultimately ascend. Time for an honest discussion, perhaps.
We're finally here, on the doorstep of divinity. Merits a word, doesn't it? After all, only one of us can become the new divine. But don't worry, I won't stand in your way. From the moment you came back for me on that ship, I knew you were special. You've proven it time and again.
She kisses you on the cheek.
You will be the new divine. I will remain my...
So, I guess this is it. I can't see two ways about it. I need to be myself again. Finally. I can't risk getting shut out by this demon. It wants to keep me quiet, to rule in place of me. I need to make sure I'm strong enough that it can never seize control again. I won't let it make me silent in my own skin. I need to ascend.
The Academy. My Academy. This place was home once. Now I'm not sure what home even means. But I know one thing. I may be the last of my line, but the hope for my people lives on through me. I must try to save them. I must ascend. It is the only way to guarantee that my race will never be snuffed out.
So, this is the ancient Academy of the Eternals.
I suspect it's seen better days.
A Voidwoken stares intently at you. This creature seems different. It sways with a sinewy purpose. Intelligence glints in its eyes.
Step back, Hanola. The time of mortals draws to a close. We have returned to claim what is ours. We have returned to claim the world. We are not the void, mortal. We are of the world. You are of the void. When we were banished, you were made. You owe your entire existence to us. You owe us everything.
betrayed by the 7 usurpers. They took our powers and used them to create you. They sent us to the void and thought we'd never return. They were wrong. And now they will face the wrath of the king. They were little more than local barons, until Fane the traitor found the veil. In their greed, the 7 tore its fabric. This gave them power. It made them gods. And it let the void into the world, and saw us banished to its clutches. You left us no choice. We had no other tools. We shall return, and then we shall cast out the void. Do not resist us. We shall be who we once were, and the world shall be restored to what it was before we were betrayed. Because of that betrayal, you exist. Because of what was stolen from us, you exist. Because of the powers we lost, you exist. We will have them back. But we will not fight your husk, mortal. The time will come when the thieving coward inside of you must step out, if it can still walk. You shall end then.
What you were told hangs in the air like a noxious cloud. The Voidwoken were Eternals, robbed of their source in order to create you. They allied themselves with the Void so they could return.
I can understand their anger if not their methods. Revenge should be exact, not indiscriminate.
Interesting. It may still be in working order. Interesting. It may still be in working order. Perhaps we can harness its power somehow.
ancient library. I feel right at home.
And I thought I was the only reader here.
The Academy. This place, but I know I must have. Thank you, Godwoken.
So, like I said... I guess that's why you already swore allegiance to one of the others. Come on, I wasn't born yesterday. I guess I'll be going my own way.
The Academy. This place, but I must have. Thank you, Godwoken.
So, like I said before... After the exorcism failed, I felt empty.
She takes your hand.
Let's do this.
So, this is the ancient Academy of the Eternals.
The Voidwoken rears its head as you approach.
You.
The Voidwoken hisses as Fane approaches. It calls him traitor, but it calls him brother too. Fane's drive to uncover the universe's secret saw the Eternals cast into the void. His hubris saw his people turned into Voidwoken. But the Voidwoken offers him a chance to redeem himself, to rejoin his people. If he accepts the God King's covenant, all will be forgiven. The Voidwoken claims that the Eternals can return to this world, that Fane can be home again. The skeleton looks back at you.
I'm sorry, brother. I cannot see this land destroyed just so we can rebuild our more imperfect world. I have a new home now.
Very well, traitor.
A Voidwoken stares intently at you. This creature seems different. It sways with a sinewy purpose. Intelligence glints in its eyes.
Step back, Hanola. The time of mortal straws. When we were banished, we were betrayed. They were little more than local. You do. We shall be who.
What you were told hangs in the air like a noxious cloud. The Voidwoken were Eternals, robbed of their source in order to create you. They allied themselves with the Void so they could return.
I can understand their anger if not their methods. Revenge should be exact, not indiscriminate.
My people. What have they done to you? This cannot stand. You must be restored.
Suddenly, it all makes sense. Folks will do anything to survive. Who could blame them?
The spirit of a lizard is seated before you, weeping profusely. She looks up at you, moist-eyed.
Godwoken? Can it be true? Am I dead?
The spirit's distraught expression slides away in an instant, revealing that of a highly composed and thoroughly unimpressed lizard spirit.
Well, at least you tried. Time for one last lesson in finesse, I think. I'll have my work cut out for me with you. True finesse requires dedication, however. Sacrifice. In order to receive my aid, some other area of study must suffer a little. Your wits, I believe.
Do you? The spirit's composure gives way to a flash of anger. She spits out a name.
Lucian. Our finest pupil, the Divine himself, came to us here under the guise of friendship. Then at this very table, he poisoned us. Oh, I won't pretend to know why. The Divine answers to no one. Either way, he seemed intent on sabotaging the path of his successors. But now you are here, Godwoken. And that means there's still hope. Will you accept my help? It is done. I hope it helps, Godwoken. The world needs someone like you.
You pause. Lucian was the Divine. Why would he want to harm anyone in the Academy, from where his successor ought to rise?
Even an assassin like myself recoils from a Divine rejoicing in slaughter.
Hard to believe the Divine did all that. Hardly worthy of the title, if you ask me.
The spirit of a dwarf gives you an incongruously cheery smile, given his...
Who do we have here? A new Godwoken. Why, what a pleasure it is to meet you. Just what was that? Have you made no effort at all on developing your constitution? You're about as charming as a dog with worms. A lesson is in order, I think. An emergency lesson. If you wish, I can do what I can to bolster your limp charms. Be warned, though. There's an opportunity cost in self-improvement. What you gain in constitution will likely be lost from elsewhere. Intelligence, I would assume. Consider it done. Good luck in the trials to come, Godwoken.
The spirit of a robed woman casts a critical eye over you.
You're an impressive specimen, Godwoken. I can always spot when a pupil has put effort into developing their strength. Bravo! But there's always room for improvement. Say the word, and I will do what I can to bolster your strength even further. There is a price, unfortunately. To excel at one skill is to neglect another. Improving your strength will sap your wits. Do you accept? It is done. Wield your strength wisely, Godwoken. Farewell.
Godwoken, it has been too long. My hope was dwindling. Tell me, do you have your wits about you for the trials to come? It is greater than the gods, yet also more evil than the void. The poor have it, the rich need it, and if you eat it, you will die. What is it? Oh, clever. Book clever, it seems. Not the same as true wits, but useful nonetheless. Allow me to reward your efforts. One last lesson to sharpen your wits. But be warned, equal mastery in all skills is nigh on impossible. This lesson in wits will require a sacrifice, a degree of your constitution. Good. Take my knowledge and use it wisely on your path, Godwoken.
Godwoken, come Come, time is short. Let's see how you measure up. Answer me this. Lizards run faster than humans. Elves run faster than lizards. Humans run faster than elves. If the first two statements are true, then the third must be... Smarter than you look. Congratulations. There's always room for improvement, however, and I believe I can muster one final lesson. Intellect and reasoning come before all, of course. You must sacrifice an amount of learning in some other area in order to glean what I have to offer. Your sense of finesse. A fair bargain. True intelligence in exchange. It is done.
The spirit of a dwarf woman scowls at you like you dealt her some grave insult while she was alive.
Godwoken, you have no right to be here. Leave!
The spirit sighs and shakes her head.
Terrible. It is you who is lacking authority, Godwoken. A lesson is in order, I think. Now, I may be able to steel you a little more in preparation for the trials to come. Improving your authority will cause your strength to suffer, however. That is the cost of molding yourself into a true leader, a wise choice.
My lessons have...
The phantom bird pecks at the stone beneath her with a scarred and blood-flecked beak. She glowers up at you with one gimlet eye.
Student of the arena, or master? Very good. Very good. That is no mean feat, but I have an even greater challenge for you. Beyond lies an eternal construct of great destructive force. There, you can prove in trial by combat that you are indeed the one I have waited for. There can be only a single one. If you wish to be the one to claim that regal glory, I suggest...
You must leave. You cannot win this fight.